Nowadays, we're constantly being told to be mindful and about the benefits of meditation. It's almost like it's the answer to life, the universe, and everything. But what if you missed the memo? Is it too late to jump on the mindfulness bandwagon? And what if you don't believe in magic, or you don't have access to a gong or incense sticks? It can be tricky to get the hang of, but there's nothing really all that esoteric or mystical about meditation. It's actually a very simple technique that's been proven to reduce stress, enhance your powers of concentration, and help deal with anxiety, high blood pressure, sleep problems, and a host of other things. And what's more, it's free, and you can do it anywhere. And we're going to explain how. So here we go. The Buddhists have a useful expression, monkey mind. It refers to our mind's tendency to leap about from thought to thought, poking, prodding, and generally getting distracted by anything and everything. The purpose of meditation is to quieten this monkey mind and allow us to get some mental peace and space. Now, a lot of people think that meditation is not thinking, but that's not quite what we're trying to do. You can't simply not think. Try it for a few seconds, and I'm sure you'll see what I mean. That was just 10 seconds, and I'll bet you thought of something, didn't you? Instead of trying not to think, we learn to meditate by using mindfulness. Becoming mindful, noticing and paying attention to what's happening right now, at this moment, in as much detail as possible. And while we're doing that, we can't be thinking about what we're going to get our mum for her birthday, or how we're going to pay the mortgage, or whether Julie from accounts fancies us back. For a few delightful and necessary moments, we are freed from ourselves, from our monkey minds. So to get into it, I want you to find somewhere comfortable to sit. You can sit on a chair or cross-legged on a cushion on the floor. And pay attention to your posture. You want to be sitting up straight, not rigid, but not so comfy that you're likely to fall asleep. You can have your hands on your knees or in your lap, and start by just setting an intention. Why are you meditating? It's traditional and nice to start by acknowledging that in sitting to meditate, you're not just benefiting yourself, but the whole rest of the world. After all, emotions are passed on from person to person, and if meditating makes you calmer and nicer, won't everyone benefit from that? Now, let's get into it. Start by tuning into the world around you. You can close your eyes if you like, or just maintain a gentle, unfocused gaze, not looking at anything in particular. Notice any sounds that you can hear. Don't analyze them or turn them into any kind of story. Just notice them. And now, to get more focused on the here and now, we're going to do a body scan. So imagine your focus like a laser beam, and we're going to direct it down to your toes and slowly scan up, noticing how your body feels right now. So notice any sensations you can feel in your feet. And scan up through your ankles and lower legs. This can be tricky. Your mind will want to wander off for a bit and have a think. It's probably started already. That's fine. That's just what minds do. Simply notice and bring your attention back to the body. Up past your hips, through your stomach. How does that feel? No stories. Just notice how it feels and move on. Up through your chest and arms. And finally, up your neck and across your face, relaxing your jaw, just noticing how your face feels, and finishing up right up at the top of your scalp. And now we're nicely centered. We're going to focus our attention on the breath. Notice where you can feel your breath most obviously. It could be in your stomach, or the rise and fall of your chest, or in the insides of your nostrils. And every time our attention wanders, and our monkey mind finds something else it would rather do, just gently take it by its naughty monkey hand and lead it back to the breath. Maybe even thank it for trying to show you something interesting, but let it know that that's not where we need to be right now, and come back to focusing on your breath. And that's it. There's really nothing else to it. When you notice that your mind has wandered, that's the practice, noticing and bringing it back again. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. There are all sorts of metaphors people use to help you get into the swing of it, like imagining your mind as the sky and the thoughts as clouds that skip on by, or your mind as a river and the thoughts are leaves that just drop down onto the surface of the river and get carried off by the flowing water. Your job is just to sit there and notice them. I often feel meditation is a bit like going to watch the marathon. It's a nice, peaceful flow. Every now and then a really interesting runner comes past dressed as a rhinoceros. But you don't chase off down the road after them. You're here to observe, to be present. So just focus your attention on your breath, coming in and out. And when a thought pops into your head, just notice it. Give it a little pat on the head, send it off on its way. And bring your attention back to your breath. And for the last few moments of the meditation session, you're just going to set your minds free to do whatever they want. Like free swim at the end of the swimming lesson. Just relax and enjoy the moments you have to yourself. And then we wind it all up with a bell. And if you haven't already done so, you can open your eyes. Congratulations, you just meditated. Now, of course, there are all sorts of further techniques to help you focus on the breath, on sounds, on your body, and we'll be teaching you all sorts of variations to help you in all sorts of areas, from gratitude to confidence to anxiety. We'll introduce other things like visualizations and mantras. But essentially, you've just learned the nuts and bolts of how to meditate. You just sit quietly and pay attention to the here and now. And whenever you get distracted, you gently bring your attention back. Like everything we do here at Mindshine, our aim here is to give you what you need to sharpen the only tool you really have, your mind. And like all our exercises and techniques, to feel the effects, you have to put in the work. A mindfulness practice requires exactly that. Practice. But if you keep coming back to this very simple act of sitting and noticing and being present, you'll find that there's a great deal more you can learn about your mind.